Friends, myself Kedarnath. Welcome to my channel Make Mathematics Simple. So today I am going to explain previous year KCET problems from the topic differentiation. Okay, so if you observe in every year from differentiation they are asking around 5 questions in KCET. See, in 2017 and 18 they have been only 4 questions. So from 12, 13, 14, 16, 19 in these years they are asking 5 questions, and 2015 they are asking 6 questions. So on an average they are asking 5 questions. Out of those 5 questions, at least 2 questions are very simple. Just by looking those questions only you can tick the options. So now I am going to explain those tricks also. Already I discussed some tricks in previous videos. Okay, I took differentiation short tricks part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. You also watch those videos to get the experience. With that experience you can see by looking these problems you can take the options. Okay, or you can say the answer. See the first problem, these problems. So all these 3 are same models. So in all these 3 problems the given equation is homogeneous equation. So homogeneous equation. So how we can identify given equation is a homogeneous? If the degree of every term in that equation is same, then that equation is homogeneous. If the degree of every term in that equation is same, then that is a homogeneous equation. And if the given equation is homogeneous equation, then dy by dx is y by x and d square y by dx square is 0. That means first derivative is y by x and second derivative is 0. That means third derivative, fourth derivative, etc. Higher derivatives also what? Zeros only. Okay. So now here, if you observe, the degree of this LHS is what? M plus n. And if you expand this binomial, every term degree, what you will get? M plus n. That means in this equation, every term degree is same. So it is a homogeneous equation. So what is dy by dx? Y by x. Okay. So next year question. So square root of x into cube root of y is equal to 6th root of x plus y whole power 5. So square root of x can be written as x power 1 by 2. Cube root of y can be written as y power 1 by 3. 6th root of x plus y whole power 5 can be written as x plus y whole power 5 by 6. So if you observe, what is the LHS degree? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 is how much? If you add these two, what will you get? 5 by 6. If you add these two degrees, if you add these two powers, okay, then what will you get? 5 by 6. That means the degree of LHS is 5 by 6. RHS is also 5 by 6. Hence, it is a homogeneous equation. Then dy by dx, what will you get? Y by x. So same model problem. Okay. So here 3 plus 2, how much? 5. Here also 5. So it is a homogeneous equation. So first derivative y by x, second derivative 0. So here the question is what? Find second derivative. That means second order derivative. That is d square y by dx square. So what is the answer? 0. So if you want to get more number of problems, I discussed about this homogeneous equation, particularly differentiation short tricks part 4. Okay. So once you go through that video also, because I discussed more number of problems in that video. Okay. So next look at problems based upon parametric differentiation. Okay. So these are the various years problems. Okay. So x is equal to a secant square theta, y is equal to a tan square theta, then find d square y by dx square. So remember in KCET in parametric differentiation especially, so if they ask dy by dx or d square y by dx square, so don't find immediately dy by dx is equal to dy by d theta by dx by d theta. So once you look at the question carefully, observe the question carefully and identify, is it possible to eliminate that parameter from the given two equations, from the given two parametric equations. If it is possible, better you eliminate, then after you differentiate. Okay. So here if it is possible to eliminate theta, better you eliminate theta, then differentiate. That means eliminating theta, finding y value in terms of x directly, then differentiating with respect to x 2 times, you will get the y double dash or d square y by dx square. Okay, so here the best method is eliminating theta. Okay, so in this problem as well as in the last problem also eliminating t. Okay, so now observe here, almost of course in this problem also eliminating t. In all these problems, so better eliminating parameter. Okay, so x is equal to a secant square theta, y is equal to a tan square theta. How we can eliminate? How we can eliminate? So look at that. So x is equal to, so or you consider x minus y. So why we have to consider x minus y? Because we know that secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to what? 1. Secant square theta minus tan square theta is 1. Then a secant square theta minus a tan square theta is a into 1. A. Okay. That means what you will get, x minus y is equal to a. Okay. That means what I did, x minus y I took. So RHS what you will get, a into secant square theta minus a into tan square theta. If I take a common, what I will get, secant square theta minus tan square theta. So secant square theta minus tan square theta is what? 1. So a into 1 is a. So that's what I got, x minus y value 1. Now you differentiate that equation with respect to x. But we need to get double derivative, so we have to differentiate 2 times. So if you differentiate, what you will get? 1 minus y dash is equal to a, constant derivative 0. Once again you differentiate this equation with respect to x. 1 constant derivative 0 minus y dash derivative y double dash is equal to 0. So this implies that y double dash is equal to what you will get? 0. 0 minus y double dash minus y double dash. So minus y double dash 0 means y double dash is also 0. Next. Here also what we need to find? Dy by dx. So here also it is possible to eliminate t from these two equations. Better eliminate t and find y value in terms of x, then differentiate. Because instead of differentiating directly. So if you differentiate directly, it is a very hectic work. Okay. So from this equation, x is equal to what we can write? Sine inverse 2t by 1 plus t square. And this equation, second equation, can also be written as y is equal to what? Tan inverse 2t by 1 minus t square. So we know that sine inverse 2t by 1 plus t square value is the same as tan inverse 2t by 1 minus t square, and it is equal to what? 2 tan inverse t. That means from these two equations what we can conclude, x value is same as y value. Because sine inverse 2t by 1 plus t square value is same as tan inverse 2t by 1 plus t square value. It is same as 2 times of tan inverse of t. And it is also same as cos inverse of 1 minus t square by 1 plus t square. Okay. So that means x value is 2 tan inverse t. Y value also 2 tan inverse t. That means x is equal to y only now. Okay. Now you differentiate with respect to x. Then what you will get? 1 is equal to y dash. So anyway we have to find y dash only. So answer is what? 1. Okay. Next. Here also it is possible to eliminate. It is possible to eliminate t from these two equations. How we can eliminate? See here. So y is equal, here x is equal to what is given? E power sine inverse of t square minus 1. So this kind of complicated problem is given. Don't be panic. So it is possible to eliminate t from those two equations. Okay. Think carefully. Now secant inverse 1 upon t square minus 1. Secant inverse 1 by x can also be written as cos inverse x. Correct? Secant inverse 1 by x is equal to cos inverse x. So here what we can write? Y is equal to e power secant inverse 1 by t square minus 1 can be written as cos inverse of t square minus 1. Cos inverse of t square minus 1. Correct? Now multiply these two equations because it is look like sine inverse of x. Correct? E power sine inverse of x. It is in the form of e power cos inverse of x. We know that sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. Correct? So that means if you add these powers, what you will get? Pi by 2, which is a constant. So to add these powers, what we need to do? We have to multiply these two equations. We have to multiply these two equations. If you multiply, what you will get? X into y is equal to e power sin inverse of t square minus 1 into e power cos inverse of t square minus 1. That is look like what? A power x into a power y, or a power m into a power n. What? A power m plus n. That means here what we will get? E power sin inverse of t square minus 1 plus cos inverse of t square minus 1, which is equal to what? Pi by 2. Now xy is equal to e power pi by 2. E power pi by 2 is a constant. Now you differentiate, find dy by dx over. Okay. So if you differentiate and if you find y dash, you will get answer is minus y by x. But you will get answer? Minus y by x. Y dash value, what you will get? Minus y by x. Okay. So look at the next problems in parametric differentiation only in various years. Okay. So here in these two problems, okay, so especially in this problem, it is not possible to eliminate theta that much of easily. Okay. And also in this problem, answer is given in terms of theta. So then better find dy by dx by using dy by d theta by dx by d theta. But don't find dx by d theta separately, dy by d theta separately, and find the next steps dy by dx like that. Don't do. That is PUC method. So it is now CET. Try to save time. Okay. So dy by dx is equal to what? Derivative of y with respect to theta. What is the derivative of y with respect to theta? A sin cube derivative, a into sin cube derivative 3 sin square theta into cos theta divided by dx. So x derivative with respect to theta, what? A into cos cube derivative 3 cos square theta into cos theta derivative minus sin theta. Okay. So now here a get cancelled, 3 get cancelled, 1 sin theta get cancelled, here cos theta get cancelled. Then what is left? Minus of sin theta by cos theta, that is equal to minus tan theta. But the question is what? 1 plus dy by dx whole square. So 1 plus dy by dx whole square, that is 1 plus, what is dy by dx? Minus tan theta. Dy by dx whole square is tan square theta. So 1 plus tan square theta value is how much? Secant square theta. So that's the answer, secant square theta. Okay. So try to solve in the exam also like this to save the time. Okay. Next year also it is possible to eliminate t. But the question is what they are asking, find dy by dx at t is equal to 2. So that's why don't eliminate t. Don't eliminate t. So find dy by dx first. First you find dy by dx. So that is derivative of y with respect to t by derivative of x with respect to t. Okay. Now derivative of y with respect to t. So here c by t, in c by t, c is a constant. So that can be written as c into 1 by t. Now 1 by t derivative minus 1 by t square. 1 by x derivative minus 1 by x square. Okay. 1 by t derivative minus 1 by t square divided by x derivative with respect to t. So c constant. So t derivative with respect to t, what you will get? 1. Now c get cancelled. What you will get? Minus 1 by t square. But what is t value? 2. So if you substitute t value 2, what you will get? Minus 1 by 2 square. 2 square is how much? 4. So thus the answer is minus 1 by 4. So dy by dx. And look at the next set of problems. Okay. So if y is equal to square root of x plus square root of x plus square root of x plus and so on infinite terms. So it is a PUC problem only, PUC model problem only. So in KCET maximum they are asking PUC model problems only. Okay. So don't worry about the KCET maths. So it was very easy. Okay. So for this a shortcut is also there. So if the given function is of the form if y is equal to root f of x plus and so on infinite terms. then dy by dx is equal to derivative of the function divided by 2y minus 1. Okay, so here what is function? X. What is the derivative of x? 1. So the answer is what? 1 upon 2y minus 1. Okay, derivative of the function by 2y minus 1. Here function, instead of f of x function, what we have? X. So derivative of x is 1 divided by 2y minus 1 over 1 upon 2y minus 1. Suppose here instead of f of x sin x is there, then what will be the answer? Sin x derivative how much? Sorry, what is the sin x derivative? Cos x. So answer will be cos x by 2y minus 1. Next. So this model question they asked 2 times. Okay. So this is the f of x. Then what is f dash of 0? So don't find, actually original method is what? First we have to find f dash x, then we have to put x is equal to 0. But I am going to give one trick. With that trick, by looking at an equation, that functionally you can say answer. Okay. Suppose if the question is f of 0, if the question is f of 0, f of 0, if the question is f of 0, what is the constant term? Actually here it is given 5, so make it 5. Okay. Suppose if they ask f of 0, okay, so answer is constant term. What is the constant term in this polynomial? 5. So f of 0 is 5. If they ask f of 0, then because here f of x is a polynomial function, if they ask f of 0, then f of 0 is nothing but constant term in that polynomial. But what they are asking? F dash of 0. Okay, so f dash of 0 is nothing but, so some people they are writing f dash 0 means a d by dx of f of 0. That is wrong. F dash of 0 means it is the derivative of f of x with respect to x at x is equal to 0. That means first you have to find f dash x and you have to put x is equal to 0. Okay. So if f of x is a polynomial function, then f dash of 0, it is nothing but coefficient of x. Coefficient of x in f of x. So this is the f of x only. Na? What is the coefficient of x? 1 only. Na? Okay. So here only x alone is there. That is nothing but 1 into x only. Na? So what is the coefficient of x in f of x? 1. So that was the answer. So I am not finding f dash x. I am not putting x is equal to 0. Waste of time. So if you can remember this trick, just by looking that equation, by looking that function, and you can say, here x coefficient is 1, so answer is 1. F dash of 0 is 1. Over. Okay. Next, this question asked 2 times. Okay. See. Next, if f of x is an even function, then what is f dash of 0? Okay. So, here none of the options contains does not exist. Okay. Remember, none of the options is given does not exist. So, f of x is an even function, then what is f dash of 0? So, that means you have to understand here f of x is an even function, also differentiable function, because none of the options are given, does not exist. Okay. So remember, if f of x is even function, its derivative is odd function. Its derivative is odd function. For example, sin x, for example, cos x is even function. Cos x derivative minus sin x. So minus sin x is odd function. Okay. Derivative of even function is odd function. Similarly, derivative of odd function is even function. Okay. So that means as f of x is even function, then f dash x is odd function. Okay. And also at x is equal to 0, the value of odd function is 0 only. Okay. Suppose if the odd function is defined at x is equal to 0, then the value of odd function at x is equal to 0 is always 0. So here, as f is even function, f dash x is odd function. As f dash x is odd function, at 0, the value of odd function is 0 only. So thus f dash of 0 is what? 0. So it is a just conceptual question. Okay. If y is equal to log of 1 minus x square by 1 plus x square, then what is dy by dx? So here we have shortcut formula. Actually method is what? So you have to use what? First log x derivative, next to u by b formula. So in that u by b formula, if you do anything mistake, then the total problem is wrong. So try to maximum avoid quotient rule. Okay, if there is any shortcut formula is there, just apply shortcut formula. So if there is no shortcut formula, if you don't know, then only you go for quotient rule. Okay. So whenever in a problem, quotient rule has to apply. So don't try to apply quotient rule. Try to apply any shortcut formula is there. So if you don't know any shortcut formula, then only you go for quotient rule. Because many students, they did wrong in quotient rule only. Okay. So now the shortcut is, if y is equal to log of a into f of x plus b divided by c into f of x plus d. Here a, b, c, d are constants. Then cross multiplication. AD minus BC. Cross multiplication. AD minus BC into derivative of f of x, that is f dash x, divided by, in this function, what is the numerator? A into f of x plus b into, what in this function, what is the denominator? C into f of x plus d. Okay. First cross multiplication. AD minus BC into derivative of f of x, that is f dash x, divided by, in this function, numerator a into f of x plus b into, in this function, denominator c into f of x plus d. So that was the answer. So that is the shortcut. So how we can apply this shortcut here? Okay. So for that, you have to adjust the problem like this. Y is equal to log of 1 minus x square, can also be written as minus 1 into x square plus 1. Am I correct? 1 minus x square, what I am writing? Minus x square plus 1. Minus x square can also be written as minus 1 into x square. Correct? Denominator x square plus 1 can be written as 1 into x square plus 1. Am I correct? Okay. Now it is in the form of a into f of x plus b divided by c into f of x plus d. So here a, b, c, d are minus 1, 1, 1, 1. And f of x is x square. Okay. Then using this shortcut, what you will get? A cross multiplication, minus 1 into minus 1, minus 1 into plus 1, minus 1, minus 1 into 1, 1, into derivative of f of x. Here instead of f of x, what do you have? X square. X square derivative 2x divided by numerator into denominator. Nothing but 1 minus x square into 1 plus x square. 1 minus x square into 1 plus x square. So simplify, you will get the answer. See here, minus 1, minus 1, minus 2. Minus 2 into 2x, minus 4x. Correct? Divided by 1 minus x square into 1 plus x square. That is in the form of a plus b to a minus b. A square minus b square. So 1 square is 1 minus x square whole square is x power 4. So thus the answer is minus 4x by 1 minus x power 4 over. So next look at one more interesting problem. If f of x is equal to f dash x plus f double dash x plus f triple dash x and so on infinite terms, and f of 0 is 1, f of 0 is 1, then what is the function f of x? So we can solve this problem in a original method, but in original method it will take around 2 minutes. Around 2 minutes. But if you verify the options, it is better. If you verify the options, you can able to solve that problem within 20 seconds, maximum 20 seconds. Okay. So first you check this condition, f of 0 must be 1. Suppose if first option is correct, so if you put x value 0, what you will get? E power 0, 1. So maybe first option correct. Here if you put x value 0, suppose if I assume this is the f of x, because the question is what? F of x. Suppose if I assume f of x is e power x, then it should satisfy first condition, f of 0 is 1. E power 0, 1, correct. But here what you will get? 2 into e power 0, 2. So this option is wrong. Next, here e power 2 into 0, e power 0, 1. So maybe that is also correct. Next here, fourth option, e power 0 by 2. E power 0 by 2 is e power 0 again 1. So clearly second option is wrong. Next you verify this condition. So of course if you verify this condition directly, so only one option only satisfies. Okay. See here, suppose if I assume f of x is e power x. F of x is e power x. What is f dash x? E power x. F double dash x? E power x. That means, is it possible e power x is equal to e power x plus e power x plus e power x plus infinite terms? Is it possible e power x is equal to e power x plus e power x plus e power x plus infinite times? No. That means f of x is equal to e power x option is wrong. Already this option is wrong by putting f of 0 is 1. F of 0 is equal to 1. This condition is not satisfied by 2 into e power x. So no need to check this option. Next, e power 2x. Suppose if I assume f of x is e power 2x, what is f dash x? If I take f of x is e power 2x, what is f dash x? 2 into e power 2x. F double dash x, 4 into e power 2x. So that means if you put here f of x is equal to e power 2x in this equation, e power 2x is equal to what you get? F dash x. That is 2 into e power 2x plus 4 into e power 2x plus 8 into e power 2x. Is it correct? No. So this option also wrong. So finally, what is the option left? Fourth option. So that was the answer. Okay. So answer is e power x by 2. So just eliminating the options. Okay. Next, it is a simple problem only. Na? So it is f of x. What do we have to find? F dash of minus 1. So find f dash x and put x is equal to minus 1. So you will get the answer 2. Okay. So look at the next 3 problems. If f of x is equal to x minus step x minus cos x, then what is f dash of pi by 2? Okay. What is f dash of pi by 2? Here step x. Step x means it is a greatest integer function of x. Okay. Box of x. So remember here, d by dx of box of x is 0 when x is not an integer. Suppose if x is an integer, then d by dx of box of x does not exist. See, don't be panicked by looking the mod function, step function in the given problems, especially differentiation, because I have seen many students, they are panic, and even though they know the answer, they are putting wrong options. So don't be panic. Okay. So first, don't be panic. Now here we have to find what? F dash of pi by 2. And don't blindly tick by looking that step function or mod function that does not exist. Because in this question 4 options, one of the option is does not exist. But the option does not exist is wrong option for this question. Okay. So first look at the question and think what we have to find. F dash of pi by 2. That means we have to find f dash x when x is equal to pi by 2. F dash x when x is equal to pi by 2. So clearly x function, cos function is differentiable everywhere. Step x function is also differentiable everywhere except at integers. Okay. Now here you look at the point. At which point we have to find derivative? At pi by 2. Okay. So we know that this function, step function does not exist. Derivative of step function does not exist at integers only. Okay. Suppose if step function does not exist at the integers, automatically this f of x function also not differentiable at integers. Okay. So because x function, cos function differentiable, but step function is not differentiable at integers. So then sum of differentiable function and non-differentiable function is always non-differentiable only. That means clearly f of x function is not differentiable at integers. Suppose if they ask find the derivative of the function, that means find f dash x at some integer, say suppose x value 0. Suppose if they ask f dash of 0, that means we have to find derivative of f of x at x is equal to 0. 0 is integer only, na? So in that case you have to write what? Does not exist is the answer. But here what is the point? Pi by 2. So pi by 2, is it integer? No, it is not an integer. That means step function is differentiable function at pi by 2. And what is its derivative? 0. Okay. So now to get f dash of pi by 2, first you have to find what? F dash x. So x derivative 1, step x function derivative 0, because we are finding what? Derivative of the function at pi by 2 only. So step x function derivative 0 minus cos x derivative plus sin x. Now you put x is equal to pi by 2. So if you put x is equal to pi by 2, what you will get here? F dash of pi by 2 is equal to 1 plus sine pi by 2. So pi by 2 means how many degrees? 90 degrees. What is sine 90 value? 1. So 1 plus sine 90, 1 plus 1, it is equal to 2. So thus the answer is 2. Suppose in the same question if they ask f dash of 0 does not exist, f dash of 1 does not exist. Okay? But here they are asking what? F dash of pi by 2. So at pi by 2, step function is differentiable and its derivative is what? 0. Okay? Y is equal to this, then we have to find dy by dx at x is equal to 0. Okay? So how to find? So this is the PUC problem only. No? So what we have to substitution here? 2 power x is equal to tan theta. So how to adjust this 2 power x plus 1? 2 into 2 power x. 2 power x plus 1. 2 power x into 2 power 1. 2 power 1 is 2. So that 2 power x plus 1 is 2 into 2 power x. This 4 power x, how to adjust? 2 power x whole square. Because 2 square 4, 4 power x. So now what we have to put? 2 power x is equal to tan theta. 2 power x is equal to tan theta. So if you put 2 power x is equal to tan theta, then y becomes what? Sine inverse of 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta. So this argument becomes sine 2 theta. Sine inverse of sine 2 theta is 2 theta. From this equation, what is theta? Tan inverse of 2 power x. So find derivative, what you get? Y dash is equal to. So differentiate, what you get? Tan inverse 2 power x derivative. 1 by 1 plus 2 power x whole square into 2 power x derivative, 2 power x into log 2. Okay, this 2 here, tan inverse 2 power x derivative 1 upon 1 plus x square, correct? So 2 into 1, 2, this 2 into numerator 1, 2 divided by 1 plus x square means 2 power x whole square. But here instead of x, what do we have? 2 power x. Again 2 power x derivative, 2 power x into log 2. Now you put x value 0, what will you get? Y dash. If you put x value 0, what will you get? Y dash? Log 2. Because 2 power 0 how much? 1. So this 1 plus 1, 2. 2 by 2, 1. Again 2 power 0, 1. So 1 into log 2. 1 into log 2 is log 2. Next, look at this problem. If y is equal to f of x square plus 2 and f dash of 3 is equal to 5, then what is dy by dx at x is equal to 1? So by looking these conditions, so don't be panic. What you have to find? Dy by dx. What is given by this? So differentiate. Okay. Suppose it is like sine of x square plus 2. How you will differentiate? Sine derivative cos of x square plus 2. Again derivative of x square plus 2. Correct? In the same way here also dy by dx is equal to f derivative f dash of x square plus 2 into x square plus 2 derivative 2x. Now you put x is equal to 1. Now at x is equal to 1, then what you will get? Dy by dx f dash of, if you put x value 1, 1 square plus 2. 1 square plus 2 is 3. 2 into 1, 2. So thus the answer is what? 2 times of f dash of 3. So what is f dash of 3? 5. So 2 into 5, 10. That was the answer. Related to Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorems. Okay. So Rolle's theorem is not applicable in which one of the following cases. So here 4 options are given. Among those, these two are polynomial equations. Okay. These two are polynomial functions. This is the greatest integer function. This is the mode function. Okay. So Rolle's theorem, when it is applicable, function should be continuous in closed interval a comma b, differentiable in open interval a comma b, and f of a must be equal to f of b. Okay, na? So among these 4 options, second option and fourth options are polynomial functions. Most probably they are not correct options. Okay, so first better you check these 2 dangerous functions. These 2 dangerous functions. Which functions? Mod function and step function. Okay, so now here you check f of x is equal to what? Step x. Okay, Just now I discussed step x function is not differentiable at integers. Now here it is the given interval 2.5 comma 2.7. Between 2.5 comma 2.7, that means in this interval is there any integer? Is there any integer? No integer. So that means this step x continuous, differentiable, and also if you verify f of a must be equal to f of 2. F of 2.5, what do you get? Step of 2.5? 2. Step of 2.7? 2. So this option is not a correct option because for this function Rolle's theorem is applicable. Suppose in the given interval is there any at least one integer is exist. At least one integer is exist. Then step x function not continuous, not differentiable. So Rolle's theorem not applicable. Even main value theorem is also not applicable. So this option is a wrong option. Okay. So next you check mod function. So if we are familiar with the mod x function graph, how it will be? V shape. Okay. That means where we have sharp edge in mod x function, there is the mod x function graph only. Na? So mod x function has sharp edge at x is equal to 0. As the graph has a sharp edge at 0, then at 0 it is not differentiable. Now if you check in the given function mod x given function and in given interval is what? Minus 2 comma 2. In the given interval 0 is present. Yes, 0 is present. That means at 0 it is not differentiable, means in the whole interval this function is not differentiable. That means second condition of Rolle's theorem is not satisfied. That means Rolle's theorem is not applicable. Even the question is the mean value theorem is given. Mean value theorem is also not applicable. So the option, correct option is first option. So no need to check second and fourth. Okay. So first in this kind of problems, first you verify these two dangerous functions. Okay. Step function and mod function. Okay. So no need to verify second and fourth because the first option only correct. Okay. Because in this interval one of the point is 0, at 0 mod x function is not differentiable, hence Rolle's theorem is not applicable. Even mean value theorem also not applicable. Okay. Next, suppose here also if it is in the given interval one of the point is not 0. If in the given interval no point is 0. Okay. So then this option also wrong option. Then at that time you verify second and fourth options. Okay. Next, the value of c in the mean value theorem for the function f of x is equal to x square in the closed interval 2 comma 4. Here f of x is equal to x square. It is a quadratic function only. Na? Okay. F of x is a quadratic function only. Na? Then shortcut formula for c is equal to a plus b by 2. The shortcut formula for c is what? A plus b by 2. This shortcut formula will be applicable if the given function is quadratic function. Okay. So then the shortcut formula for to find the value of c is a plus b by 2. What is a here? 2 plus 4 by 2. So 6 by 2 how much? 3. So that was the answer. Suppose instead of mean value theorem, if it is given Rolle's theorem also, if f of x is a quadratic function, find the value of c in the mean value theorem or Rolle's theorem. If f of x is a excuse me, if f of x is a quadratic function, then shortcut formula to find c is what? A plus b by 2. Okay. So look at the next problem. So this is little complicated. See, they have given f of x and g of x and some interval, and they have given 3 statements. Then we have to check among these 3 statements which statements are correct. Okay. So first observe f and g. What kind of functions? Polynomial functions. That means they are clearly continuous functions and differentiable functions. That means minimum f of x and g of x satisfies which theorem? Lagrange's mean value theorem. Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay. So here second statement is given, neither f nor g satisfies mean value theorem. But as f and g both are polynomial functions, so then the minimum satisfies which theorem? Lagrange's mean value theorem. So that is why option B. So sorry, second statement B is wrong statement. So according to the options, we have to check which option are which statement or statements, which statement or statements are correct. Okay, so clearly statement B is wrong. Next, look at the statement C, then we'll check about statement A. Okay, so only g of x satisfies Rolle's theorem. Okay, so what is g of x? This is the g of x only, na? So already g of x is a polynomial, means we have to check only last condition of Rolle's theorem. First two conditions, continuous and differentiable, satisfied. Okay, because it is a polynomial function. Because g of x is a polynomial function, no need to check first two conditions of Rolle's theorem. We have to check only last condition. So what is the last condition? G of A must be equal to G of B. Okay, so G of A, what is G of A? G of minus 2. Okay, G of minus 2 value, what you will get? Minus 2 whole cube, minus 4 into minus 2. What you are getting? 0. G of 2 also, what you are getting? 2 cube, minus 4 into 2, 0. That means G of x satisfying Rolle's theorem. This statement is correct. Now look at the first statement. Both f and g satisfies Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. So clearly both f and g satisfies mean value theorem is correct because of those two are polynomial functions. Now also from the third statement, g of x satisfies Rolle's theorem. Now we have to check whether f of x also satisfies Rolle's theorem or not. Okay, if f of x also satisfies Rolle's theorem, then statement A is also correct. Statement A is also correct. So for f of x, already it is continuous and differentiable. We have to check only last condition is what? F of A, f of B, both are equal or not. Okay, so that is f of minus 2. What you will get? Minus 2 whole cube. Minus 2 whole cube is how much? Minus 8. F of 2 is equal to how much? 2 cube. So 2 cube is how much? 8. So minus 2 whole cube is minus 8. Plus 2 cube is plus 8. Here f of 2 not equal to f of minus 2. That means f of x not satisfies Rolle's theorem. That means the statement A also wrong. Because G satisfies both Rolle's and Lagrange's mean value theorems. But f is not satisfying Rolle's theorem, but it is satisfying mean value theorem. That means statement A wrong, statement B also wrong. So which statement is correct? Only statement C is correct. But no statement contains, but no option contains statement C is correct. So that is why it is a grace. Okay. Both are problems related to which model? Derivative of a function with respect to another function. So here we have to find differential coefficient of cos inverse of 2x square minus 1 with respect to cos inverse x. Okay. Differential coefficient is nothing but derivative only. Okay. So we have to find derivative of this first function with respect to second function. Derivative of first function with respect to second function is equal to derivative of first function with respect to x divided by derivative of second function with respect to x. Because these two are the functions in terms of x. Okay. So let us take first function by y. Let us denote first function by y and second function by u. Then we have to find derivative of y with respect to u. That means we have to find dy by du. Then if you observe cos inverse of 2x square minus 1, if you put cos x is equal to cos theta substitution, if you put cos the x is equal to cos theta substitution, what is the substitution? X is equal to cos theta substitution. Here what you will get? 2 cos square theta minus 1. So 2 cos square theta minus 1, it is a formula for what? Cos 2 theta. That means y becomes what? Cos inverse of cos 2 theta. Cos inverse of cos 2 theta, that is equal to 2 theta. So 2 into what is theta value? Cos inverse x. So 2 into what is cos inverse x? U only, no? That means what we got, directly relation we got. Y is equal to what? 2u. Y is equal to 2u. Then derivative of y with respect to u is same as derivative of 2u with respect to u, which is equal to what? 2 over. Okay. Next, same here also you take, this is y, this is u. So y is equal to what? Log x to the base a, and u is equal to what? Log a to the base x. So we know that d by dx of log x is equal to what? 1 by x. So there log x means log x to the base e. But here what we have? Log x to the base a. Okay. So then you have to convert the base a in terms of e. How? So by using logarithmic formula, log a to the base b is equal to log a by log b. So log x to the base a can be written as log x by log a. Similarly, u can be written as what? Log a by log x. Now what we have to find? Derivative of y with respect to u. What we have to find? Derivative of y with respect to u. Then here if you observe clearly, if you multiply these two, what you are getting? 1 only, na? Multiplying these two, what you are getting? 1 only, na? So if you multiply those two, if you multiply these two, what you are getting? 1. Y into u is equal to 1. Means I am eliminating x. Now differentiate this equation with respect to u. Okay. So then what you will get? Y derivative with using product rule. Y into u derivative 1 plus u into y derivative with respect to u dy by du is equal to 0. So we have to find what? Dy by du. So dy by du is equal to what you will get? Minus y by u. Okay. Minus y by u. So that is equal to minus y into 1 by u. So this 1 by u is nothing but log x by log a. Correct? 1 by u is nothing but log x by log a. Correct? So that log x by log a is nothing but y. Okay. This can be written as minus y into 1 by u. So that 1 by u is nothing but 1 by u value is this. 1 by u is log x by log a. So that log x by log a is nothing but what? Y into 1. So minus y square. That is minus, what is y value? Log x to the base a whole square. So this is the simplest way. Okay. Look at the last 3 problems. So these 2 problems you take homework. So because these 2 are PUC problems only. Okay. So this above one is PUC problem, and this below use to get dy by dx, use u into v into w formula. Okay. Then after differentiating, put x is equal to 1. Okay. So solve these 2 problems and write your answers in the comment sections. Okay. Comment section. Now look at this problem. Actually it is a previous old JW problem. Even in this problem asked in mains as well as advanced also. Okay. So but it is a KCET problem 2013. Okay. So how to do this problem? So for this kind of problem, if the condition is like this, f double dash x plus f of x is equal to 0 and g of x is f of x whole square plus f dash x whole square, and g, then compulsory g function should be a constant function. Compulsory what? G function should be a constant function. And what is given? G of 3? 8. As g function is constant function, then g of x is some constant for all x. Particularly g of 3 value 8 means g of x value is also what? 8 for all x. That means g of 8 also what you will get? 8 only. So the answer is 8. Then how to prove g of x is a constant function? So if gx function is a constant function, g dash x must be what? 0 only, na? So just I am finding g dash x. So g dash x, if you find, what you will get? F of x whole square derivative. F of x whole square derivative is 2 into f of x into f dash x plus f dash x whole square derivative 2 into f dash x, again f dash x derivative f double dash x. clearly in both terms what is common? 2 into f dash x is common. Then if you take 2 into f dash x common, then what is left in first term? F of x, plus in the second term what is left? F double dash x. So according to the given condition, f double dash x plus f of x is 0. So 0 into f dash x into 2 is how much? 0. So thus what we have? G dash x value 0. So g of x is a constant function. So g of x is same as g of 3. So that is equal to what? 8. So g of x value is 8 for all x. So particularly g of 8 also what you will get? 8. Okay. This video almost I solved last 8 years KCET problems from the topic differentiation. Hope you understand all these models. So once you understand these models, so then definitely 5 marks, maximum 5 marks in your pocket only, because they are asking same model questions only. Don't worry about the 2020 KCET mathematics. It will be easy only. It will be easy. Okay. So if you like this video, please share this video to your friends and ask them subscribe my channel to get more number of videos. Thank you.